The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
A very good evening to all of you. The Love Talk Show is on air, and Andrea always teaching how people to learn to love intelligently.
Hello everyone. My name is Andrea. It's a pleasure to be here with you and Peter. Yes,
and today, Andrea, we are going to talk about something that I believe it can be a little bit polemic. Lying for the good of the relationship. I would like to know what people think, because in the name of avoiding a problem, sometimes a person says a white lie doesn't hurt. Lying for the good of the relationship. Andrea, problems can come, problems can be avoided. What do you think?
Well, lies. Are lies good? Even for the sake of the relationship? And you can't see me if you are just hearing us or listening to us, but it's in between commas. Are they beneficial for a relationship? We have everyday lies, white lies, like you mentioned. If the person lies naturally, and the person considers as an everyday lie, is the person able to lie in regards to more serious situations or circumstances? That's what we are going to discuss today.
Well, I would like to share with you a report talking exactly about this theme, and we'll be back.
Lying, betrayal, or protection. In relationships, trust is sacred. Yet, we all know that sometimes some partners bend the truth. Most of us believe lies have no place in love, and yet many quietly wonder, what if the lie is for a good cause? What if it's meant to protect feelings, safeguard another, or preserve the relationship? Lying for the sake of the relationship. What does that phrase really mean? We heard about half-truths, omissions, white lies, or even complete lies, told not to harm, but the liar believes it may help. It means telling your partner you're running late when you're avoiding conflict, or downplaying your financial stress, or hiding a past mistake, all in the name of keeping peace, preserving love, or avoiding pain. Picture this. Sarah says to her partner, "I spent £50 on clothes this week," when in reality, she had dipped into her savings to buy something to make herself feel better, and lied so as not to worry him. John nods and listens, but behind the lie is a secret. He's been late paying a debt, fears judgment, so he says, "I'm fine, everything's okay." What about a real life story? A Brazilian TV interview took a shocking turn when host Brito Jr. welcomed Manuel and Maria, a couple celebrating 54 years of marriage. The segment began joyfully, with Maria praising Manuel as affectionate, treating her like a princess. But when Junior playfully asked Manuel if he had ever been unfaithful, the former truck driver stunned everyone by calmly admitting yes. Maria's shock and disbelief played out live on air, her reaction quickly going viral. Junior tried to backtrack, saying he was only joking, but the damage was done. The confession left the couple's decades-long marriage shaken in front of millions. The live confession created an incredibly awkward moment and a significant rift between the couple on air. These are everyday lies. For many, not grand betrayals, but soft, whispered falsehood meant to protect. But protection from whom? And at what cost? According to statistics from Superdrug's online doctor, about 73% of people in relationships of at least a year admit to lying to their partner, often to maintain what they believe is a healthy relationship. In early dating situations, 36% of singles report telling white lies to create a better impression. Among those in longer relationships, 44% acknowledge keeping secrets from their partner. often related to finances, dissatisfaction with in-laws, or past relationships, as noted by Global Data and Insights. These are not isolated cases, they are patterns. What lies have you told, convinced they were for the relationship? When does protection end and deception begin? And if you're on the receiving end, how do you discern the lie from the truth? Stay with us. In a few minutes, we'll uncover the truth and ask, is honesty always best? Or is love sometimes built in shades of grey?
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
Very interesting, Andre, what we were listening in this report. Because while in this example, particular example where a couple in front of millions of people, she was admitting that her husband, how lovely could be, how lovely he was, how much he was taking care of the family. And there and then life, she found out that he was not faithful all the time.
So everything that is hidden eventually will come to light. And imagine if beforehand, the same way that he was saying that and confessing that in public, he would have done that years before when he did that. Because of course we deserve to know, the person, the wife deserves to know. Maybe not other people, of course, because you don't have to shout for everyone to hear what you've done in your past. But of course, for the sake of the relationship, and that's what we are discussing here today, for you to have an healthy relationship, it's important for you to know everything that happened in the past of that person, because surprises like the one that we've just watched can happen. And then if you haven't confessed before, why saying that in front of everyone live? So it came to light, but the wrong way.
Well, we are talking about lying for the sake of the relationship. Is it worth to lie? Do you think that we can have benefits when we are lying? It's worth of avoiding someone else to suffer in knowing the truth, or will it be less painful if a person knows the truth and deals with it? This is what we are talking about. The report was also talking about this, and I'm sure that we all were involved with people, friends, family members, friends of our friends who were in between this war, if I can say it, of lies. Relationships that were being compromised, or things that end up coming up that one of the couple did not know about the other, or did not know about something that was happening. And the big question is this worth of doing or not? Lying for the sake of a relationship, is it worth or not? Well, we have our reporter that went to the streets and was interviewing a few people. Let's all listening, and then we are coming back.
Straight from the people, straight to you. The word on the street.
Most people wouldn't accept lies in a relationship, but do you think there are situations where lying could be justifiable? If so, what kind of situation would that be?
I think, probably truth is always the best way about it. But I suppose if it's going to hurt the person in the long run, perhaps it might be better to lie. But yeah, I'm always for the truth. Yeah.
If you understand that you can't be honest 100% of the time, if you understand that's the wrong choice to make, I think you'll find that in relationships it's the same. You need to be able to lie when the time is right. To be honest all the time would be a very foolish move to do in any aspect of life.
You keeping moods or you keeping quiet is better than lying, because lying can put you in a situation or put your other partner in a situation, in a crucial situation. So I think you keeping mute is very better than to lie.
If you're lying to protect somebody, I think that in certain situations that could be seen as okay. Like if I was to find out that my partner had lied to me, but he had good reasons towards it, and he was like, it would have hurt you if you found out, I would have been like, okay, I see where you're coming from. Or if there's a surprise party and you lie to them about that. I think to avoid lying at all costs would be the best thing, and honesty is a most important part of any relationship, I think. So yeah, to avoid it as much as possible, even if it's lying by omission, yeah.
To be honest, being as honest as you can in a relationship is probably the best thing. I'm sure there are probably really sort of small scenarios or small places or times in a relationship where you have to lie. But I mean, if it's through good faith and you're not lying about something you've done, if it's for the good, if it benefits both people, I don't think it's that bad. But then if they find out the truth at some point, if you're honest with your partner most of the time, it should be good. I think honesty is the best policy, so.
Lying shouldn't be a thing in a relationship. I feel like being transparent with your partner is so important for everything in life. But I think maybe situations where it would be acceptable would be maybe white lies. Lies that don't really account to anything major or anything. But I think that lying shouldn't be allowed. If I was being lied to, I don't know, say for example, I sang a song or something and my partner was like, oh, that was really good, but they were lying. But at that moment, I couldn't take that criticism. And after they told me, that would be acceptable. But if it was anything malicious, then no, yeah.
Oh, so you're talking somebody who's married for 30 years with 3 children, so is lying justified? Everybody tells little white lies. You can't hurt people's feelings. So sometimes, do I look really good in this dress? Now you have to tell the truth if the person's going to look bad. But sometimes you have to say, yeah, the one you like looks better, even if you think the other one looks better. Because I'm a big fan of you should never lie if you can avoid it. But you don't have to always tell the whole truth. What's acceptable? Don't hurt somebody's feelings too much. So sometimes you just admit something small. If it's going to hurt their feelings a bit, then that's acceptable. Try not to lie at all, but equally, yeah, if you admit something every now and again, that's not lying. That's okay. I had a real situation where a friend of mine, his wife of 20 years, found out he'd been engaged to somebody before they got married, and she had never known about it. We found out around the dinner table. That was an interesting conversation that night. So, should he have told her he was engaged before they met? Did he think she would never find out? Who knows? Difficult one to say. Perhaps he should have been honest on that one up front. But it was a mission. He never lied. He never asked the direct question and lied. But she found out, so it was interesting. They're still together.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
Well, you could hear what people are saying about lying on behalf of a good relationship, what people think about it, and even the topic of not bringing something up. There was a gentleman talking about this also. There are many reasons, Andrea, where people, they can be lying in a relationship. They can lie about their past, what they were going through. They can lie about something that they faced in life. They can lie about if they have children, for example. They can lie about their finances. They can lie about something they like or they do not like just for the sake of pleasing someone else. They can lie about their own profession. I recall here a case when we were outside England in a different country, where a man was working in a house, very well located, a very good house. He had the keys of the house, and he was dating a girl. And one day the subject of this neighborhood came in one of their talks, and he said that he had a house in that place, and she was amazed with the fact of knowing that he owns a house in that particular neighborhood. But the truth is, the house wasn't his. And because he had the keys, he took the girl there. He went into the house and he said, the house is being built, is being prepared for you. They even accepted to get married within that house, even working on it, while working on it. But the truth at the end of the day was the house was never his. He did never own this house in his life. But for the sake of having someone that he wanted so much, he ended up saying something that wasn't real. In this case, Andrea, she, a couple of years, ended up finding and discovering the truth, and the marriage went down the drain. I don't know if you remember this situation, but there are so many reasons why people, they are convincing or they are bringing up arguments to use lies for the sake of a good relationship.
I can even remember some people a few years ago that we were talking to. They were telling us that a family, for example, someone was hiding a family in a different country, but they got married in that particular country where they were at the moment. But they had a different family, another family in another place. And every time that the person would travel, of course, the gentleman wouldn't, because this was the case of a gentleman, of a man, he didn't tell his wife that he had another family. He would say that he would go to sort something out, to work, to take care of a few properties that he had there, but never that he had a second family there, children, everything. So imagine the wife, when found out, because like we were saying before, there's nothing hidden that will not come to the light eventually, somehow. So imagine the wife when she found out that that man had another family and had been sending money throughout the years. Of course, this is another situation, because the woman, she never understood why he would send sums of money, and sometimes she didn't even had the perception, or 100%, it was not 100% clear why was he sending money to that country, or she didn't have the knowledge of how much they had or they owned, because he was working in a different situation and he was not telling her everything.
We even have the example of sometimes a person not being in a very good financial condition, and because he or she is the one dealing with the finances of the house or of the family, in order not to worry his spouse or her spouse, they end up giving the idea that everything is under control, that they know what they are doing, they know where they are going to, there's no problem, there's nothing that you need to be worried with. And sometimes this is exactly what they are saying. So is it worth of saying this lie in a way that in the future other problems they can come? Because what this person is thinking about is, I will work, I will find out another solution, and I will figure this out, and I will pay these debts, and my spouse will not know. But the truth sometimes, Andre, is this is like a snowball effect. They are covering one hole here, but there are two
uncovered there.
Uncovered there, and it's it. Where were you? And the person, with being afraid of offending or hurting the spouse or the partner, end up saying something that is not the truth. Sometimes the person is even saying, I was studying, I was in school, but the truth was he or she was with the friends. And is this worth of doing? That's the main question that we are asking here today. Because you said it a few minutes ago, Andrea, that everything comes to light. And it's true, we can hide this for a couple of times. We can, as we could hear in the interviews, the majority of people, they agree with the truth. The majority said, I agree with the truth. But some of them also said that they agreed with some white lies on behalf of not hurting someone. But having this understanding that eventually you cannot cover everything forever, and that's the truth. Things end up coming up, and your partner sooner or later will know that you have children from another person. Your partner or your spouse will find out that before this marriage you were engaged for a couple of years. Your spouse will find out that one day you had a debt of a certain amount. Whatever the reason is that you were involved with someone in the past, the truth is your past or what the actions or the situations were, they will come to light. The truth will be revealed. And wouldn't be better, Andrea, if the person faces immediately the truth?
You reminded me about something. I don't know if that's the right way of saying it, but it's like, I know what you've done last summer. So it comes up, the skeletons in the closet, they come up. And you were talking about white lies, and I was curious regarding white lies and what white lies really mean, because I don't think I've ever used this term, but I was curious. And you know what it means?
Tell me, please.
A harmless or trivial lie, especially one told to avoid hurting someone's feelings. So that's what they call a white lie.
But then you say you use a white lie not to hurt this person now. And for a couple of days, weeks, maybe months, who knows, even years, you may give the idea that something did not happen, but will you not hurt even more if down the line the person finds out what is going on, what really happens, because the person understands that was being deceived, not only on that moment, but the person was being deceived for a couple of days, weeks, months, or even years. Sometimes we have cases, Andrea, that the truth is coming to light when someone dies in the family, yes, when someone is being buried. And this is horrible, because if the person was facing the reality and the truth at the moment, maybe it would hurt. I won't say this. Maybe there and then someone would have to face consequences. But once they were facing the consequences, we're done. And the problem would be solved. But if you base your relationship on lies, even if they are called the white lies, no matter what the argument is, no matter what the reason for these lies are, they will be uncovered sooner or later. You don't need to be a religious person to believe in superstition, to be or not to be a believer at all. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. You all know the truth. Sooner or later will come up. So, and when you are using a white lie or a lie, whatever it is, for you to justify this lie, tomorrow you have to find out another lie, and then another lie. And when you wake up, you will see that you are in the midst of a net of lies that you don't know where to get rid of.
You reminded me about something else, a question that you usually ask people. And you always ask, is it easier to lie or to tell the truth? And you give room for people to answer. And usually people say, oh, it's easier to lie. but then you give the explanation. No, it's easier to tell the truth, exactly because of what you were explaining. Because when you lie, you have to lie 2 times, you have to lie twice, 3 times, 4 times in order to cover up the first lie and to stick to the story that you told first. So I believe it's very confusing. It can become very confusing.
And the shame at the end, I believe, will be even bigger, and the credibility will go down the drain.
Yes.
Because the person who was deceived will understand, but this partner of mine, this spouse of mine, they did not only lie once, they were creating a net of lies to justify just one small lie at the beginning. And yes, the damage later on will be much bigger. Well, we are going to talk more about this. I would like to leave you one song and then we are coming back.
Do you know a lie when you hear one? Can you tell the false from the true? When you hear the song of a stranger, do you know who's singing to you? A tempting voice in the darkness, sweet words that tickle your ear, but it mixes honey with poison. Don't believe everything that you hear, 'cause there's a liar on the loose. Yeah, there's a liar on the loose, but he'll run from the fire of the truth. Well, there's a liar on the loose. Don't let him lie to you. Do you know a lie when you hear one? Can you tell the voices apart? You won't be fooled for a moment if the truth is guarding your heart. But there's a liar on the loose. Yeah, there's a liar on the loose, but he'll run from the fire of the truth. Well, there's a liar on the loose. Don't let him lie to you. He sings his song, but not for long. The truth will win, but until Jesus comes again, there's a liar on the loose. Well, there's a liar on the loose, but he runs from the fire of the truth. Well, there's a liar on the loose. Don't let him lie to you. Well, there's a liar on the loose. Don't let him lie to you.
Real stories, real dilemmas, real solutions. Only on the Dear Love Talk Show.
What are the main red flags to look for in a potential future partner?
And Andrea, let's talk about these red flags that you can see in someone that you are trying to start a relationship with, or you want to build a future with. These red flags, they help us to understand or to foresee what can come in the future, what can happen in the future. So when you see, we were talking about lies, when you see a person that as long as you are dating or you are knowing this person already in the midst of lies, I do believe these are already huge red flags.
A huge red flag, because we were even talking about, and I believe people when they were interviewed, like white lies, everyday lies, common lies. Look, you can't see me if you are just listening to us, but again, the commas. If the person lies naturally, when considered needed, the person is also able to lie relating to bigger issues, bigger matters, or bigger problems. So this is a huge red flag, because if, it's just a white lie, it's just, I told her that I would be there at 10, but I want to be with my friends, so I will go later, and then I justify, I got caught in traffic, London traffic. I got caught in London traffic. I got caught in the workplace doing something that I was asked to. So this is not a white lie. This is a big red flag in regards to what the person is able to do when in face of bigger problems, bigger issues that she wants to or he wants to get rid of.
And we are talking about red flags that you can see in your partner or in someone that you want to build a future with. If you see this person is always getting rid of their responsibilities, and there's always an excuse for what they should have done and it's not done yet, what they should be and they are not yet. Well, when you see that there's always one excuse after the other, no matter how good this excuse is, probably this person is hiding something. Probably this person is trying to either to deceive you, or this person has true intentions. They really want to be that person. They really want to change, but it's part of their character. They don't want to change. At the end of the day, they don't have the strength or the means or whatever it's necessary, the determination, and because they are not able to be responsible with life and sometimes with themselves, so there's this procrastination and in saying tomorrow, and comes one excuse after the other. I think these two signs can be red flags, Andrea.
Can be really big red flags. And also you were talking about the person doesn't handle with their responsibilities in a mature way, let's say it. If the person is also not able to apologize, to ask for forgiveness when needed, to just acknowledge something wrong that they've done now. So how are they going to do it after you engage in a more serious relationship? So this is also, I consider this also a big, huge red flag, because it means that the person is not humble. And of course, when you enter a relationship, when you get married, we are different people, of course, from different backgrounds. We will commit mistakes. It's not going to be Alice in Wonderland or the La La Land, because we will all commit mistakes. One word, one reaction, because not every day will be like a wonderful day with flowers and everything, and you will need to be apologizing and asking for forgiveness.
Well, you have there a few hints of what the red flag can be. So let's listen to Richardson Harry's real story that he wants to share with us.
Growing up, I was in a loving household. Both my parents were present, they cared for me. Even though we didn't have a lot, they still did everything they could to provide for my school, for my learning. I almost took it for granted because I was hanging around friends that weren't necessarily in these structured households, but their parents would spoil them with gifts and with clothes. And I envied that. Instead of the good things that my parents were teaching me, I took up some of the bad habits that they were teaching me. For example, they teach me how to steal from corner shops. They also taught me how to lie as well. It'd go from telling one lie here and one lie there to now constantly revolving my whole life, my whole personality around being manipulative, being able to get what I want from people. This exposed a lot of insecurities inside of me. I'd go home, I'd wish that I had a life like theirs, appearances like them, did the things that they did with regards to disrespecting girls and all sorts. Ended up at university now where I'm by myself, I have all this freedom that I have never had in my life before. And so I thought to myself initially, like, I'm gonna do everything I didn't do when I was under the rule of my parents. In the first week, I was evangelized to come to the church by my lab partner, who's now my wife.
I was invited by family to attend the Universal Church. And that's where, for me, everything changed in terms of my mentality. I understood the things of God now, how to serve God. I could see examples around me. So it gave me more motivation. I can do it. So I'm going to surrender myself to God 100%. I decided to get baptized in water. I want to be a new person for God. So I'm going to die completely to my old life. So that's when, at the time, there was a campaign. I decided to go on the altar, take the envelope, putting everything, my whole life on the altar, and I presented my sacrifice, and from there I truly received God. After that, now I went to university. We had an event, a youth event at the time, so we were evangelizing a lot of youths in Newcastle. That's where I invited now my husband, who was my lab partner at the time.
So when she invited me for the event, I thought to myself, oh, she looks quite nice. I think I'll just accept for accepting's sake. So I attended and it was quite fun. And then she invited me for the following day, which was a Sunday. And I said, okay, I'll come. Are you gonna be there? Was the question I asked. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll be there too. She would tell me, oh, I'm taking God seriously. And I think, oh, I've heard that before, no problem. But then there was one service when my conscience just spoke to me and said, you think you know everything. You think you're so cool. Why don't you try listening for once? Let me listen to what the pastor is saying. He's saying my life will change if I do A, B, and C. I don't think it's true. I'm gonna see if it's true. I started doing A, B, and C, like what the pastor was saying. And it turned out that I saw the result exactly as described, because it's not the pastor's word, it was the word of God. At that point, it had already been a year I was in the church. When I got to this point after a year of being in the church, I realized that I've wasted time and that I can't live my life like this forever. I then decided to get baptized in water a second time. The first time I did it because I thought it was like a procedure, thinking that it's just a matter of ticking the box. But this time, now that I'm getting baptized, would be my last, because I recognized that I'm not good. God revealed that to me. And when he revealed that to me, that was when I'd say the true repentance began. And from that moment until when I received the Holy Spirit was just a matter of 2 months of conscious surrender. When I decided that I'm gonna give my all to God, the campaign was announced. And I said, this is my moment to sacrifice everything that I think that matters to me. One of the things I was very concerned about was my image. So when going to the altar, I said, God, I am sacrificing the way people see me because I want people to see you through me. And so when I came down, I was sure that I could ask God to fill me with his spirit before going to university, because it's going to be bad if I go back there without your spirit. I'm going to end up being the same person. That boldness came from placing my life inside the envelope. The following week was when we were seeking the Holy Spirit, and God confirmed that, no, I am inside of you. You can go to university and you will make the difference. And that's exactly what happened. God was with me throughout that year, to the point where I was able to ask my girlfriend, now wife at the time, saying, look, I think we do have an aligned goal. She was sure that indeed that there is a difference inside of me, that it's not just the same Richardson that was when he was 18 years old. There was a level of maturity now, and the Spirit of God was there. We don't just want to do things for our glory, but for God's glory as well. We've now been married for 3 months, and it's very clear that God's mercy, God's love is present in our marriage, and even in our jobs. Where I work, it's very easy to lie. It's very easy to do things for the sake of a sale, but God has blessed me to be in a position where I not just make sales, but I manage as well. I'm an example in my workplace. Her as well in the hospital where she is, taking care of patients as a doctor. Most importantly, we serve together in Manchester. We're able to help youths, we're able to help the people.
Something to add as well, from faith to faith, because even for our marriage as well, we had to sacrifice, we did purposes of faith because we knew the battle that will come with that. We're ready to be involved, to take part in more campaigns because we know this is how we got to where we are, and that's how we would even become better.
There is forgiveness flowing down from where the Savior died, the Son of Man upon the tree, exchanging death for life. See him there in innocence, the body and the blood. Behold the King crucified, spotless Lamb of God. Oh, the precious love of Jesus, oh, the fount of grace divine, flowing as a mighty river, washing sinners in its time. There will never be another in whose name we are redeemed. Oh, the precious love of Jesus pouring out for you and me.
This is the Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
And it's amazing when we hear someone overcoming, progressing, even facing so many difficult moments in life, a person being able to take the right step and reaching something that they really love, they really like, and today they can share their good experience, the transformation in their lives, they can share it with us. Richardson, is here sharing with us how he was able to overcome the difficulties that he had in life. And who knows if at this very moment you are listening the Love Talk Show and you are suffering, you feel that you were deceived by those who you love the most. You end up finding out that someone was lying to you. Maybe at this very moment you are driving by yourself, you are alone, completely alone, or maybe you are in your house listening to us, and you feel that people that you cared of, that you were helping throughout your life, that you were giving the best of yourself to them, for some reason then you feel that you were deceitful, you were deceived, and you don't know what else to do. In one side you have people who you love so much, on the other side you have the situation of someone that they did not tell you the truth, and now you are in between these two ideas, these two situations, and you do not know what to do. Well, the real stories that we have been sharing with you are examples of people who were able to overcome. And this, Andrea, doesn't make them better than anyone. They are human beings. They are people who were struggling with problems, but they were able to understand and to learn what the next step could be for them, and they were able to turn the situation around, and today they are sharing with us how they are today.
And that's very important, because human beings, as humans, we have this tendency and this inclination of giving back what we have received. It's good when it's in regards to something that is profitable, or something that is nice, something that is going to benefit someone else. But some people, because someone lied to them, they want to do the same. So you did that twice, 3 times, so I will pay you from, like, in the same coin. I will pay you in the same coin. You
will suffer the same as you are making me suffer.
You will suffer that. But you know what? I was thinking that even in a court of law, they teach us to abide by the truth, and the truth is always what will make us happy, of course. To tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Because if you do that, you will reap the good fruit. Maybe you are not reaping the fruit or good fruits of a relationship that you had in the past, and the person lied to you. You feel very disappointed. But if you sow the truth now, for sure you will reap the good fruit. And don't do to others what they've done to you, because that won't have good consequences.
Well, this is our belief, and that's why we have on Thursday a seminar called The Love Therapy, where couples are learning how to invest in their love life. It's very common, Andrea, and we have been talking with couples exactly like this. They love each other, they want to be together, but for some reason, when they are apart, they miss each other, but when they are together, they don't get along. They know they are for each other, but for some reason, things are not, matching, they are not compatible, the conversations are not going well, and sometimes the husband, wife, the partner tries to please, and trying to please end up hurting, trying to be nice end up to compromise the relationship, and maybe a person doesn't know what else can be done. And that's why the idea of getting divorced or each one goes on different ways comes along. But the love therapy, the seminar that we have on Thursdays, helps a person to see the situation or the relationship from a different perspective. And that's why the love therapy, we believe, and the real stories are sharing these with us, can help a person to understand better the partner, and above all to understand the person himself or herself even better. Because when we know more about ourselves, we know what is wrong, and we know what can be transformed and what we can do, and also we know what we have of good, and we can still invest and be perseverant on it.
And figure out how to overcome our own limitations and our own insecurities that maybe were caused by a network of lies that we were victim, but that shouldn't stop you to keep on trying to better this relationship that you are in now, or this marriage, because if we give up on ourselves, for sure we give up on our relationship, and that's not the way it should be.
Well, we believe that no matter what the situation you are in is, no matter how difficult it has been, how hurtful that situation was, how painful was, it doesn't matter if you are single, if you are married, if you went through a lot in life. We believe that you can have a better life. You can transform or turn this situation around. That's why every Thursday we are offering. The doors are open. You don't need to pay anything. You can come, you can join to this seminar, and it will start 8 p.m. And I would like to say that we have couples, ourselves, and other couples will be there available to talk to you in case if you want to talk to us, in case if you want to clarify, in case if you want to talk in person and privately with one of us. We are here available, and you don't need to pay anything. Bring with you your sincerity, because as you could hear Richardson sharing his story of life, we also believe that things in your life can be different, and you can bury, if I can say, all the suffering that you may are going through. This coming Thursday at 8 p.m. The address is 232 Seven Sisters Road here in London, Finsbury Park. So whenever you want, you can join us. The UCKG Help Center is open every day, all day long, from 6:30 in the morning until the last person leaves, 9:30, 10 p.m. And we are available to all of them.
And we do have a 24/7 helpline that the person can get in touch with. That is, we do have
020-7686-6000.
Can you say that again, please, Peter?
020-7686-6000.
So you can get in touch. Even if it's throughout the night, we always have people to guide you and to counsel you and to talk to you if you are in need of.
The Love Talk Show is now at the end. Tomorrow at 10 p.m., the Love Talk Show comes back. Bye-bye.
What stood out to you from tonight's Love Therapy seminar?
What stood out to me from tonight was how to keep a relationship. It's listening and the small things. Because when I listen, I take in the feedback that's said to me and I change. And I change before something big happens and the relationship has to break away or fall apart. I change when I listen. It's as simple as that. And listening is mandatory. It's like I have another person giving me feedback, giving me their opinion, telling me what they like, what they don't like. I just have to listen and take it in. Like, I love this person, so why not listen? And the second thing would be the small things. So paying attention to the small things. When they mention something small, take it on board. I know that you might not see it from your own point of view, but that's the beauty of it. You have someone else's point of view that points out something small about yourself. That's not nice. Simple as that. And it helps you to become a better person. So yeah, these two things that will help build a relationship and keep a relationship is to listen and to pay attention to the small things.
What would you say to somebody that has never attended a love therapy seminar? What should they expect by coming?
They should expect to grow, but this growth may not feel very comfortable because you'll hear things that, you don't hear all the time, to tell you to change stuff about yourself or to accept to be corrected. And that may feel a bit uncomfortable at first. And it may be a different point of view at first, but the more you come, you get used to it and you understand that this is the better way.
Welcome to the Universal Church, a place that invites you in with open arms, a place where you are greeted with a smile and you can feel at home, a place where you can step in and know that it's all about God. The Universal Church is open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have 4 services every day to target a specific area of your life. This is so that no matter how busy your schedule is, you won't have to miss out. You can receive the help that you need, whether it's for your finances, health, family, love life, or spiritual development. We run a 24-hour helpline, providing spiritual support whenever you need it. You can reach us anytime, day or night, on 020 7686 6000. And if you prefer to message, you can also contact us on WhatsApp at 020 7686 6010. Free face-to-face guidance is also on hand, with experienced advisors who can support you with your life challenges. So, pop into your local Universal Church, where helping people is what drives us. For details and locations, visit uckg.org.
That wraps up the Love Talk Show. Till tomorrow.